This is weird.
Oh, yes.
This is so awkward. Yeah, what am I going to do with my drinks?
Ready, Blitz! Let's get a thunderclap on three. Thunderclap on three. Ready, 1, 2. Ah! 3.
Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, cast, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, Matt and Becca.
This is dangerous having the spin chairs here. Whee!
We're back to normal.
Oh, does it feel good to be back in your normal body? Although you should have worn this outfit.
Next time.
Or a sports bra to really sell it. I hope you guys watched last week's podcast because we worked hard on that. I shouldn't say we worked hard on that. He did a great job. Let's get a round of applause for Big Becca, the real Big Becca. Blitz was horrified the whole time. If you guys didn't see last week's podcast, we flip-flopped roles. It was Freaky Thursday.
Look at our new set.
Ignore our new set. It's very blank. It's a blank canvas. You want to know why? Because we tore apart our front room. You guys can probably see a little bit of painter's tape over here. There's construction going on at Bolt. We're past 13 years, and you know what? It's getting a facelift. It's getting Botox. It's getting fillers. It's getting a boob job. It's getting a butt lift. It's getting, laser liposuction. That's actually a...
No, we don't do that. We do fitness here.
It's doing more lunges to get its butt lift. It's getting the laser liposuction that I just mentioned. That's actually true because we have discarded much of our crap that's in here. I am a hoarder.
Yeah, she could be on the show.
No, I'm not that bad. But I figured out when we were cleaning all of our stuff why I'm a hoarder. I just love memories that are connected to the weirdest things. Like, it kind of goes along with gift giving. Like, I'm not the biggest gift giver or, like, receiving gifts is unless they have a funny story tied to them.
Should I keep my faces going?
Yes, you should.
Sorry, go ahead.
But I don't know why I always sit like this in this chair, too, so just ignore my T-Rex arms. But yes, the front room. Oh, we didn't grab the Blitz picture. That's okay. Blitz is right here. But ignore our very blank canvas, but it will be very cool looking soon in here. I'm not sure exactly what our podcast backdrop is going to be, but I'm hoping we get a neon sign. That's always cool.
A different location every time.
I would be down for that, but I feel like there's not many, like, unique locations in the gym. We could sit on the gym floor.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea. All right.
I was thinking different types of, like, mixing it up like we did last week.
Yeah.
Or.
Oh, yeah. We got more unique podcasts coming. I promise you. We're just gonna tie in some regular question and answers because you guys seem to like those too. And yeah, that's it. Anything else that happened on last week that you
No,
you were excited about how you...
I mean, I thought it was funny. I got lots of comments in the gym. I was also horrified rewatching it with continuing to see myself in that wig. I was like, oh my God.
I know, Gerard came in
glad
yesterday.
I'm not a woman.
Gerard came in, wow, it's great to be a woman, okay? Don't...
What are you, some sort of misogynist?
Gerard came in.
You don't even want to be a woman? No, I don't. If that makes me a misogynist, so be it.
Gerard came in yesterday to do his normal weekly shooting, and he hadn't seen the podcast yet, and he was like, I don't know if I want to watch it. I don't know if I want that in my brain. I go, you have to watch it. Also, what will be posted by the time you guys see this is the Wadapalooza vlog. Relive all of our fun memories of Wadapalooza. On to things in the future, though. The Open. The Open is coming in 1 week. Thoughts? What?
No thoughts.
See? This is what happened last week. You see why I just didn't do anything?
Because when you know why? Because when you get no preparation and just put on the spot, and you have the whole outline over there. When I was prepared, man, I was killing it. I just am now seeing this.
Do it.
The Open is in a week.
Ah! That's all you have to do.
Ah!
That's all you have to do.
Like Kermit the Frog, like, ah!
I was just struggling because I had to sit there and not talk with my hands, and I do all of this.
Dave Castro just posted his hint. It's a mushroom. What do you think that means?
The only thing I went to when I saw that, my brain was like psychedelic, wad drunk mode. I've never been right on a hint, so I've honestly just given up on guessing those. I do love the thought process. I love going in the comment section and reading everyone's theories, but it is a shroom. I'm afraid by the time we get to the end of that workout, we're all just going to be feeling like we're hopped up on shrooms and in a different universe, so I'm excited for it. That's my theory.
Hopped up. Maybe there's some hopping. Ooh.
Onto mushrooms. We used to smash mushrooms like that all the time. So maybe we did 1,000 step-ups within the class in my workout yesterday, so maybe you're like...
Maybe I'm on
See,
it.
all of these hints just go in the weirdest, wildest directions. I don't know why you brought up time travel. I don't know what mushrooms have to do with time travel, but you were like, blast to the past. Or maybe we're jumping because it's like a toadstool, and we're going to be toads. I've not heard that term for a mushroom in a long time. It's a toadstool.
Toad.
Is a toad as in a frog, right? As in a frog sits on it, right?
I guess that's what it's from.
Also,
what I
learned
of Mario
last
Kart.
night.
There's a character called Toad in Mario Kart, and he's like a little mushroom dude.
Okay, what does Toad do?
Just a little dude.
So it's for the short people. Yes! Okay, you heard it here first, folks. That's what the hint means. The other thing is, everybody, every week when I ask questions on Instagram for the podcast, someone is always like, how old are you? Guys, I'm in my mid-20s, so I've learned. I'm going to be 24.
That's in a month.
Okay, in a month, I'm going to be in my mid-20s. I'm going to be 24. That sounds super old. But you want to know how you know you're getting old? Is you look up blimps and why blimps exist, and then you get fascinated by history. I hate history. I've never liked history. It puts me to sleep. I don't care. I live in the now and in the future.
Here's the issue. You never were taught history in an interesting way. You never told, it's a story. Storytelling is awesome. People love stories. You love stories. And if it's told in the right way or explained in the right way, it's very interesting. Parts of history are very interesting. Most people are taught history and memorize these dates. This happened then, this happened then. You're not put into the presence of like what these were human beings and
if
what
someone
they were.
would have just taught me about
what they were
blimps, I probably
thinking.
would have liked history more.
Yeah, and like what it was
Blimps
at that
and
time.
zepplins.
Yeah, so
That's what I researched last night, and I was fascinated. And I'm in my mid-20s, so I'm getting old. Okay, moving past that.
you are old.
Moving past that, welcome to our CrossFit Fitness podcast, where we talk about blimps and zeppelins and toadstools. The only other note I had on our chat right here was, sorry, not sorry that my page is turning into full-blown comedy. Sorry, not sorry. We've been hammering the comedy skits, and I just have fun with it, so what should we do?
Why would you be sorry?
I don't know. I feel like I haven't been sharing.
Is anyone?
If you go to my stories, you still see a lot of fitness. But
Is anyone giving feedback that this is like
one
not
person.
one person, like bad, like negative, or just like it's more?
Just people asking for
or
me
it's
to
just
share
like,
more.
why don't you
workouts.
actually train?
No.
Why don't you get
we're
serious
past that.
about being a competitor?
No, we're somewhat past that. Please, people. Please. No, it's just people like asking to share more workouts.
Why don't you put
and
more
everything,
pressure on yourself?
And those are more of my stories.
And make training terrible and not fun. Why don't you do that? That seems to pay off.
True that. So there's that.
Have fun.
There's that topic.
Do what you want to do.
There's that topic. And other than that, I have nothing else besides we're having fun reconstructing the gym and giving it its facelift. But other than that, normal training. Training's been going well. Excited to kick off the season and get the train rolling for the 2024 season. Let's make it a long one. Right? Let's do it. Okay. In this box. Get your phone out of my box. I finally got
Whoa.
shipped. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't knock over drinks. My new box of resin. There's no new products or anything in here. But I wanted to show you guys how excited I am about getting restocked with all the blue razzle dazzles. I know they gave me extra blue raspberry because I'm always hyping up the blue raspberry. Yeah, I got all the flavors right here.
Blitz likes the blue raspberry too.
See how good the blue raspberry is? Okay, buddy, chill out. You can't have that. But Resin has restocked us over here at Bolt with all the hydration sticks. Guys, simplify. Why do we need this? We need to stay hydrated. It's got a little bit of caffeine in it to give you that extra kick that you need when you're feeling bleh. And it tastes good. We need to just say that more because there's been too many hydration companies that we've tried that it tastes like awfulness or just straight up ocean water. How was the chocolate from the other brand that we're not going to say?
I have not tried that.
The chocolate. But why was the flavor that you had spicy? Wasn't there like a cayenne chili?
I like chili.
Okay.
I like spice.
Okay. Well,
Most people don't like spice.
I don't.
like
Blitz,
spice.
Blitz, get out of here.
Blitz, stop.
Anyway, resin hydration changes the game by keeping you hydrated with a little bit of caffeine. They have new and exciting stuff coming out. Blitz is obviously hyped because I'm just waving this stick around. Add this stick to a water bottle or a little bit more than a water bottle or however strong you like it. Enjoy it because it tastes amazing. It tastes like fruit punch and all the delicious drinks we do love to put in our bodies. But seriously, flavor's awesome. Let me pull up something really quick.
I steal yours sometimes, actually.
I know, that's why I run out so fast, and then I was out of my product and everything. And then we gave away resin roses and everything at TFX, and people enjoyed it. So here's what's in the Resin Endure packets: 150 milligrams of natural caffeine, 250 milligrams of L-theanine, 780 milligrams of electrolytes, 1,250 milligrams of coconut water powder, plus 750 milligrams of beetroot powder, 3 to 4 grams of organic cane sugar, natural flavorings. I will not let this company make the banana flavor that only psychos will drink. If you want to check out Resin and everything that they have to offer you guys, visit goresin.com. You can click the link in my IG bio and also use code BIGBECCA to save 10% on your order. And now we get to your fun questions. Here we go. Thank you, Resin, for always sponsoring us and keeping us well hydrated. Podcast questions. Pulling them up in light of our conversation that we just had earlier. Any coaching / advice for athletes competing in their first Open? Well, the good thing is the Open is only 3 weeks these years. When did it change to that? 3 years ago or something?
2 years ago?
Something like that. I think, first of all, just having it as only 3 weeks is a perfect intro to first timers where it's not 5 grueling weeks of where you're just stressed out for 5 weeks.
I agree.
And just having it 3 weeks is enough to get you interested in a little bit of competition, rev up that extra little bit of fun and adrenaline you get from competition, but not completely wear you out. So the good thing is I think it's an appropriate time.
There's an argument
for
people
newbies.
that make all the time that the Open needs to matter for all the athletes, and so that way it needs to be a bigger test or it used to matter to go on to the next straight into regionals or semifinals. And I get what they're coming from, but being an affiliate owner, I think especially in making it more accessible to more people that would do it more often or more year after year after year, I think the 3 week thing helps for that. Definitely the time and effort that we put into it as an affiliate is a lot, and so taking all those 3 weeks I think is awesome. And just I don't like any sort of online competition that's going to automatically propel. Obviously, you're going to do that in quarterfinals, but at least it's a smaller subset of people. You can watch more of the videos. It's going to be more strictly adhered to or watched. The rules are going to be more strict at that point. So I understand people wanting it to mean more. I think there's some creative things they can do. I mean, obviously they're bringing back, like, are they having the open announcements, some cool ways to like incentivize the individual athletes to take it more seriously maybe. But at the end of the day, I think this works well and is good for a newer person just to be like, hey, it's 3 weeks
That's what
to
I
go for it, show
what I
up.
like.
They're going to make it, I think that's definitely something on their agenda too, is like make it accessible for everybody every week. And whether your skill levels foundational, they have 3 levels: foundational, scaled, and RX. And the cool thing is, I talked to some members about this yesterday or a couple days ago, is you can choose to do RX one week and then do scaled the next week. So you don't have to like say, oh, I'm just doing scaled, but this week I have double unders, but I can't do it because I signed up for scaled. You can jump back and forth. So if you have double unders, you can do the RX one week, and then if it's bar muscle ups and you don't have that, then you can switch back to scaled.
Do you
and
want
just
to
work back and
share?
forth. So you can do you can kind of, it individualizes it for you. So that's kind of
Do you
cool.
want to share what Dave Castro just said about the very first workout in regards
No,
to like
it's just
newbies
it just
and
goes
everything?
like along those lines. Is it's
It's going to be
going to be
accessible
very
to
everyone's going to
everyone.
be able to do it. Everyone's going to be able to push. It's going to be a challenge for everyone, but it's going to be
Which is so great. It's the uniqueness of the sport. It's like everyone, the pros are going to be competing right next to the newest athletes in the gym, and that's what I look forward to on the Open. So for you guys that are tackling your first Open, I think it's going to be a great introduction to the competitive side. I've seen way too many of folks like start like a little bit nervous getting involved in their first one, but once they jump into it, you get to really start getting connected to the competitive side, which is super, super exciting when you get into the professional side of the sport. And I know obviously we get to experience all of it around here because we're trying to get to the last stage of the CrossFit Games season, but as well as take care of our athletes in there that are doing their first Open. My advice for you guys is, I think it's going to be a little bit contradictory towards other people, what other people would say, is they're like, go in, have fun, and of course, like, we want you guys to go in and have fun, but I also think the beauty of like competing and having adults that haven't competed before or haven't competed sports in a long time is it puts a little bit of that pressure on you. And I've learned from many years of competing that, when you have the most fun is when you're doing well and you guys get to see some progress. So this is going to be a test, and accept that challenge and accept that test and put in the best of your abilities. I wouldn't say focus on the leaderboard so much because you never know. The honest truth is you don't know how many people are being honest out there, and we want you guys to get as high as you can on the leaderboard, but that doesn't dictate everything about you and how fit you are. But what you can really do for yourself is assess how hard you attack these workouts, how well you're doing at some of your skills they're going to throw at you. And in future years, you're going to be able to look back at your very first Open and be like, yeah, that's where I was. And look at where I am now. So have some fun, accept the challenge, and push yourself, because you will have that extra little boost of adrenaline of this has a little bit more meaning because I signed up for this, and hit it hard. That's my advice from a little bit of coach that's going to be coaching first-time athletes, but also the competitor that has that, come on, let's compete hard in this.
What's a skill set too? And it's just like accepting that there's pressure there.
I think we need more of that.
Embracing it a little bit.
And not just like, just do it just
and
to
realize
do it.
it's part of what it is. And
you get 3 weeks out of the year to like really challenge. I mean, you can do it anytime, but this one, you're signing up for the start of the season, so let's hit it hard. And then cheer on your friends, have fun in your community, because it really does take every important part of CrossFit up to the next level of just excitement, people getting first-time skills and big lifts and pushing themselves farther than they ever thought they could. It's a magical time of the year for fitness. Next question. Magical. This is a weird question. What is your favorite part of a workout routine?
what?
What is your favorite part of a workout routine? And I almost didn't put this on here because I didn't understand it at first. And I was like, what do I like? What does my workout routine give me that I like? And we're naturally routined people.
What is your favorite part
of a workout routine? I'm trying to get deep and like involved in this, but some people
would
might
say,
just be like the end of the workout.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, Eric. Best part of the day, best time of the day.
Oh yeah,
He'll shout that out
every single day.
As soon as we're done, everyone's on their back. He's like, best time of the day, coach.
That is good.
That's partly what comes to mind is just the feeling you get of accomplishment, of pushing yourself hard, of the endorphins kind of hitting you when you finish something that's hard.
I think it's that. No one likes to go through those grueling workouts. And I think that's the thing we need to highlight a lot of. We just talked about beginners and competitors. It don't get easier. You get better, you get stronger, you get better at pushing yourself, and it stays. Everybody finishes on your back. The beginners finish on their back, the professionals finish on their back. And everybody strives for that feeling.
I would say, what was the exact question again? I want to think.
What is your favorite part of a workout routine?
My favorite, here's a good answer maybe that will inspire or help people, is when it becomes a habit. Because just like you said, it's never like easy. Like it's still hard when you're doing the work, but when it becomes a habit, you just do it. Mm-hmm. And you don't think about it. Like, and you have those days.
Sense, it might get a little easier then.
And in my head, like I have these days where I'm like, I had it yesterday. I was talking about my knee. And then I was like, screw it. I'm going to do my squats anyways. I'm being a baby. But like, I have to tell myself in my head, it's not as bad as you're making it out to be. And the story you're telling yourself in your head is going to like drive how you feel about it. And so if you can like hijack that or like take control of your thinking and being like, it's not that bad. Once I get warmed up, I'm going to be good. Remembering how I'm going to feel at the end of the workout while all those like that contradictory messaging is going off in your head of I didn't sleep good, I've been sick, all of those things. And that's kind of anything, whether it be nutrition or stuff you do, lifestyle stuff outside of the gym, it's really hard to make it a habit. But once it becomes a habit or partially a part of your identity, like you get really good at just doing it.
Yeah.
You're just forcing yourself to do it. And sometimes too, like not putting pressure on yourself of, I have to perform today. Like going without those expectations, like I'm going to go train. I know it sucks right now. I'm not feeling great, but I'm going to feel better when it's over. I'm going to get a few minutes in of being warmed up. I'm going to be fine. It's not as bad. My brain is lying to me. So I have to lie back to myself.
Developing the habit is what you just said.
Yeah.
I do really. I didn't realize you were standing that close in the front room the other day. You heard me talking to myself on one of the Saturdays of like, I had one more side plank to do and I was like, okay, we're almost there. And it's the best feeling ever. So I think we're all a little bit similar in that it's that sense of accomplishment and being proud that you built a habit and you're getting better at that skill as well, but it's also like the sense of accomplishment.
And that's one thing too. I think comes from Atomic Habits. James Clear, I got it from him, was just that idea of sometimes the best workouts you can have are the days where you feel the worst and you are about not to show up. And I don't mean the best performance-wise. And you barely show up and you just do 10 minutes or you do like just a tiny bit or you just get through it, but you reinforced that habit and you reinforced that identity in yourself of like, no, I will continue to move my body. I'm about being physically fit. I take care of myself. So those days, and sometimes as an athlete, are you raising your hand to speak?
Yes.
Like you have those days of like,
I can't sit here quietly.
Sorry, but like you're not performing your best, but like that doesn't mean that you're not getting better.
Yes. Sometimes I interrupt you and raise my hand because I know how fast thoughts leave my brain, and I get
Let me
scared that I'm
speak.
gonna
Okay,
lose
go,
it.
go, go, go. Don't
Something
forget.
that might have to have see, I'm already forgetting it. That might go with that is I've told you, and I think I recently told you this, that some of my best lifting days come when I'm like not feeling the greatest, and I think it's because I take like the expectation off of
100%. Yesterday when I was
everything.
squatting, I talked to you about it a little bit beforehand. I was like, I'm just going to start. If it doesn't feel good after 225 or whatever number,
Yeah, you
I'm
just
just going to do a few sets there and then stop.
Yeah, but then you built
And then
to
you
a really good.
and you built
heavy
and
set.
felt good. Yeah.
So actually, some of my best lifting days and everything, or training
And I
days have
know
come.
that, and I have to like constantly reiterate and tell myself because I'll do the same thing that everyone does. It's like, oh, you don't feel good, don't do it.
That's cool.
There you go.
Cool.
That's it.
That was
Build
a good
the
question.
habit.
That was a good weird question.
Yeah, good weird question.
Okay, another great question. What? Oh wait, I almost skipped forward. Most annoying thing you deal with as a coach. Let's make this quick because this could go on for a long time. No. Okay, hold on. Let me pick my best one. Most annoying thing you deal with as a coach. So this is for the coaches out there. If you're not a coach, you just have to sit back and make sure you help your coach out. If you're just an athlete, just help your coach out with listening right now.
100% no, man.
Oh, then go.
Repeating myself.
Yes. The parrot reels
Repeating
was
myself.
all based off of him.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we love you. But when you have to, it's not the, it's really the, it affects everything. The flow of class, how in depth I can get into coaching certain things. If people are on board and paying attention and listening, once I've said it, like I've told you now, like once I say it 3 times, I'm not repeating it. I'm going to tell them to go listen, go ask somebody else. You know, you get it on your phone, you get it on the board talk multiple times. I'm going to say it probably 3 or 4 times. That's easily my pet peeve. That's
That's right
when
up
people
there.
don't listen.
But I think I'm going to go more generalized on this one that encompasses that and other things people do in the gym. Just generalized stupidity. That's the most annoying thing. Being that if you have a question, like think about it in your head first. This is not just to do with coaching, okay, people? This is not just to do with coaching. I can't sit anymore. This is just life. This is just
Hold
life.
the bottom of a squat.
This is just life. In general, I gotta drive my knees out. Like, if you have a question, first of all, go check the board. It's probably written on the board.
Hey, you know where else this applies to? Both of these things is workout briefings at competitions.
Yes, the freaking competitors. Yeah. Briefings are the worst things to ever attend because you have athletes that have been doing this for 10 years, not even doing this, competing for 10 years, have sat through 5 bazillion briefings, and they're asking what the standards of like a thruster is. Like, I understand for rules of competition, like we have to go over it.
Or just no.
But don't ask stupid questions. Stop trying to game the system. Do the
It's
freaking...
not even that. It's something will be answered, and literally 5 minutes later, someone asks the exact same question.
I need to know the name of our Wadapalooza. Who is that? Gerard knows him. I don't know.
The head judge?
Yes. He does such a good job of answering repeated questions and then just smiling after.
Yeah.
He's judged me at semifinals twice. I got to know him. I got to give him the biggest shout out.
Very likable.
Yes, very good dude.
He just responds and smiles really big.
Not even just repeating yourself. I'm like, just safety around the gym. Like, don't do stupid things. If the barbell did not go up correctly with this amount of weight on the bar, don't add 20 more pounds and think it's magically gonna go up safer, okay? I'm trying to think of, like, just, guys, be smart athletes. That's what when we do 1 rep max days, and we did heavy front squats yesterday, and the day before it was 1 rep max snatch day. You know how stressed I get about that. I'm like, hey, everybody just be smart athletes. Smart athletes. We're smart. We'll stay safe. I know there's a little bit of insanity with what we do, but you can still be a smart athlete.
This is a little bit, that coming out is a little bit of your essence as an athlete, because she's a little perfectionist. And sometimes I tell her, we got a guy here, one of my really good friends and athletes here, masters athlete, his name is G. And when it comes time to compete or lift heavy, we call it getting G'd up, because he just...
Let it rip.
He just lets it rip, and I've been on her as like,
Just gotta
Sometimes you got to just let it rip.
I know, but
And last time that happened
when
was
you're
back
competing,
roll to
sometimes
support.
there's an
When you
extra
let
little
that rip,
amount of
boom,
risk.
it was fixed.
But for most people that are in here for health
I
and
agree.
fitness,
They need to be smart and safe, but that's also
it's the type of fitness you jumped into. There are other fitness types that you can go and turn your brain off and be like when you're throwing around heavy barbells. Let's be smart athletes. Anyways, I wanted to make that question short, and we didn't. And next question: help your coaches out. Be smart athletes.
and you'll get more coaching that way.
This is a great. Yes, and we don't have to run around saving people.
Get more nuanced in their coaching and get more, give more to everyone.
This question was perfect timing because we cleaned out a lot of like the office and the front room and everything. What do you do with all of your comp freebies? As in, I guess like gear and fun stuff you get from checking in and everything. I hoard it. But since we did our clean out, I took the approach of saying thank you to it and then either putting it in the trash or putting it in a free bucket or putting it in a $5 bucket.
We gave away a free Whoop this week.
I know,
Dude,
because I didn't want the subscription.
Rules. You show up,
this
you
is
can
the
just show up,
funniest
a
thing.
free Whoop might be sitting
If
on
you
the
come to
counter.
Bolt, there's a magical $5 bucket where there's some nice things in it. Old T-shirts that are or old designed T-shirts that we don't sell
Socks.
anymore. There's socks. There was a Whoop band in the free bucket that we have. There's hats. There's just things that I don't gear
lots
that
of
I
hats.
just want someone to have. I don't want to throw it away or anything. So we just have a free bucket, a $5 bucket, and like I said, that was the pile up of everything in my office. It's just things you get at check-in at competitions, which is really fun because you have the memory of like checking in and everything. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to, especially the stuff from the games. Like all of my Noble shoes I'm about to sell, which keep an eye out for. I was just hanging on to them because I was like, this is my games gear. But Noble is trash and I will never wear it. Also,
hey, wow, whoa.
What?
What if they want to sponsor you?
They're trash and I'm not going to wear it. That's how bad it is. If they gave
There's
me
gotta
maybe
be a
like
number.
a 10 million a month sponsorship.
I think they're getting out of CrossFit.
So I'm sorry, that's how bad it is. And then someone asked me,
It's under new ownership.
Someone
Give it a
told
try.
me, no, I don't want my feet to hurt. Someone told me you should sign them and then sell them. I said, my name will not be on a Noble shoe. That's how bad it is. Anyways, if you want really small Noble shoes,
Actually,
I'm gonna have a sell pile, a free pile, and a trash pile. That's what I've been doing with all my competition freebies if I don't use it.
you saw I had all my old wristbands
Yeah, from all your
from the
coaching
games like
wristbands.
2013, 2014, and I wanted to keep them, but then I literally moved them, and they were just falling apart in half. So
That's
I
so
just
sad
threw them
though. I keep things. I mean, obviously all the credentials and everything, but I felt the need to like hang on to. Just
I have other little things, but yeah, I had those on like a little
It's honestly
zip tie all kept together.
so hard to throw away stuff like that, or give it away because I'm like, but I have to. I was telling this beautiful brain that I have. I was like, just because you get rid of these grips that came from the games doesn't mean you're not a games athlete anymore.
It's on YouTube forever.
That's the cool thing. All right. But that's what happens. They either go into, I use them, a free bucket, a $5 bucket, or the trash. There you go. What athletic accomplishment are you most proud of? Obviously making the games. Plain and simple. Oh, there it is. What are you most proud of?
Oh, I got it on too.
What are you most proud of?
I don't know.
What athletic accomplishment are you most proud of?
I don't have a favorite.
We'll put this back over here because it's not working. Mine's just making the games. I mean, there was nothing I did up to 13 years old that was impressive. I just competed gymnastics and... Oh, story time. In gymnastics, and this is perfect storyline and everything. when you are training to become elite, I don't know if they actually do this anymore, you go through TOPS national testing. You don't have to, but it's a program you can go through where they just start searching for talent in the up-and-coming gymnast. And you do 2 days of showcasing. The first day is strength and conditioning, and the second day is skills and routines. Guess who was always one of the top strength and conditioning gymnasts? Matches everything that we do. I was like the only person in gymnastics that loved strength and conditioning, hence where I am today. It just makes perfect sense. Like, I loved conditioning. Psycho. Everyone else would cheat. It used to bug the crap out of me. Everyone else would cheat. I would try to do the 1 more rep. I would make sure if the requirement was 10 press handstands, I could do 11 press handstands. If the requirement was 20 L strict leg lifts, I could do 21. So there you go. But other than that, making the CrossFit Games. That's it. Come on.
Well, I'll put an asterisk on this one because I don't think it was exactly right. My best 40 time in college, that's a big thing when you play football, was a 4.45,
That's really
which is really, really fast. I
for
think,
your position too,
yeah,
right?
but I do think, I don't know. I don't think it was a legit 4.45. I think it was like a,
Let's go retest it right now.
no, I think that I don't know if it was like a confidence boosting thing. I think our 40 times were like, hey, just knowing other athletes that ran that. But it was an official thing.
Dude, I bet
ran at the academy.
No. It was official.
And
It was official.
that was really, really, that's really good.
You know who could run a 4.45 too? Blitz.
He'd run faster than that.
You run faster than that, buddy? Okay. Hey.
But even if it's in the 4.5s, like that's pretty good for
What did
a
you
linebacker.
play?
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. There you go. A little moment of boosting ourselves. Or trying
See how
to.
uncomfortable I am at that?
Yeah, you're horrible
like
at it.
Asterisk it.
2 more questions. Ever thought of doing stand-up comedy in Becca style? First of all, I don't know what Becca style is. And yes, people have come up to me and said you should be a stand-up comedian. And I was like, stand up? No. I don't think I can do that. I'm not good on the spot like that. I know it takes a lot of practice and everything and preparation and writing, but I have more of sketch comedy video kind of style going. I would be very scared to step on stage and just riff. I'm not good at riffing. I'm so impressed when people can like rap or spit or just do any of that.
Like kind of the wit of being able to respond.
Quick-witted and everything. My type of comedy is more acting and videos and stuff like that.
Physical
I'll practice it. And part of it, you know what, is this. You just have to be out around people a lot, I feel like. And we are, we're in this small little
that's
world.
why most of your comedy is fitness related.
Yeah.
Or coaching or athlete related. That's
but
what you know.
I hope we can take this comedy somewhere, guys. But it is just fun to do.
I love stand-up comedy. It's one of my favorite things to watch. But
really,
I think I could.
I didn't watch any stand-up comedy before you like introduced me to it, and I've always been like a comical person of just like liking lighthearted things. But
I think I could do some like writing and like write out some jokes or some premises in an interesting way. But I don't know if I would be good enough at performing.
There's so much. Those people that do that are so talented. It's like the writing, the material, the delivery, the timing,
the punch when you give the punchline, all those things.
That's hard stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know. Maybe in the future we'll be doing weird things like that. Last question. This is Coach Jen's question of the week. She asked us, I didn't type out her exact words, but it was really simple. Is there a podcast, a big podcast you'd aspire to be on? I don't really know. Despite doing this podcast, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. It's more like you always have the biggest Joe Rogan podcast on. I feel like that's the one you listen to the most, and I'm usually like listening somewhat in the background, but
I listen to that a lot. There's a few podcasts I could throw out some I listen to a few like really obscure podcasts about different things.
I feel like if there's just a title of something, I'll click on.
I don't know. I would be more nervous if I got on that like a big
I
major
know.
podcast of delivering something of value or being interesting. That would be my scariest thing of like I was like I need to prepare.
I don't prepare for any. I mean,
No, but see, you say you're not quick-witted, but you're great. Like just answering questions or just being, you're just very.
that's
you're
because
an
I have
open book.
that's the only thing about it is I think if you do things a lot like that
Well, I
or any media
very
material,
much think about like when I get asked a question, I really want to think about it and wrestle with it
yeah,
before I just spit something out.
that's why we get such great deep answers from you, and that's why we get just like wild and weird answers from me. But people always, everyone, almost every single podcast, I think I've mentioned this before, that I've been on, they always ask you like, is there any topics like you want me to avoid or anything? And I'm like, no. And in that way, you don't have the pressure of saying something you don't want to say. So you just, new strategy in life is just don't just say anything you want and see what happens.
I don't think that works out too good nowadays, where people will clip it and
Make sure you're a good person. I would hope I mean, no, it just goes back to what you truly want to promote and what value and things you want to bring to the world. And I think that's always the thought that I'm wrestling with whenever we're doing media or we're out and meeting people or people come visit the gym and everything. I truly, truly hope that what people see online and what they hear online is what they experience in person. So when it comes to that, I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I'm down. I'm actually going to hop on a podcast next week with I'll promote it. I don't want to give too much away right now, but it's actually a really young athlete. It's actually a really young athlete. Looks like I don't know too much about her, but she's a fan and follows along. And I want to give
she's got a podcast.
Some podcasts, like some folks, their opportunity to grow and everything. And as much as I do get asked quite often to go on all these different podcasts, I want to support as many people as I can, but also that's a lot of time to sit down and do that too. So picking and choosing some ones, but there will be a new one coming out soon. Anyways, there you go, Jen. Other than that, I think we outie for this episode. That was a fun one.
What is? Oh, never mind.
What?
Nothing.
All right.
I was thinking of something else.
He was thinking about something else. All right, time to wrap this thing up. For me, Matt, and Blitzy Boy, who's sitting on my feet right here. We'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all the IGs, social medias, and fun things that we do. Peace out.